Gibbo presents.
Now let's go through all of the sounds on the bill so you can go into some detail about why you decided to include each one. First up, the sound from way out in the country, Bass Odyssey. Was it a must that you ask the sound from St. Anne back to defend their title?
That was a must. Bass Odyssey was the first to go on the list. They won the last 3 UK Cup Clash. So for them, although we had the 6-year break, they owed the last title. So they was a must. Also, it's no secret, Bass Odyssey has a great fan base in the UK. So people always look forward to seeing them. Now, the fact that there's no Mark and there's no Squingy, it makes it even more interesting, because the younger siblings who has great experience, who worked amongst Mark and Squingy, is on the sound, and I think they'll still do a great job. So, you know, it goes without saying why I chose Bass Odyssey as the first sound to be in UK Cup Clash 2014.
Next, from Brooklyn, New York, we have King Addies. 2013 was a good year for Addies. They defeated Earth Ruler and Bass Odyssey before they finished in second place at Reset in New York. Did any sounds impress you more in the Clash arena than Addies in 2013?
To be honest, no. They have impressed me. Addies has done extremely well. The younger guys that's now functioning around Addies has brought a new flavor, new energy. I remember when Addies came to UK Cup Clash. If I remember rightly, they dropped out in the first round. So the consistency that they've had for 2013, they deserve to be on there. And for Clash fans in the UK, this is going to be the first time since they defeated Bass Odyssey that they will be on the same stage. So that will make it really interesting. The Clash fans are looking forward to that.
Then we have Metro Media, the sounds who defeated Addies in the Tune for Tune round of resets and sent a shockwave around the Sound Clash world as they were crowned World Clash champions. Do you think Skyjuice and Oliver will use their famous free tune strategy again? And if they do, will it work a second time around?
Well, I've got to big them up first of all. I've got to big up Metro Media. It was a shock to a lot of people. But if I'm to be honest, I wouldn't say that I thought they would win it. But what I did expect for them to do well, because with the performance, Skyjuice is an entertainer. So they were something different for the first time for many years that Irish and Chin brought to the arena. And I just felt that they would do well because Skyjuice would go out there and do his thing and entertain. His experience, he's been around for years. And the fact that they've not clashed for many, many years, right, came as a shock to people. But I don't think they should come with the same phrase, and I don't think it will work. But you never know what he will have under his sleeve, because he wants to prove that the reset win was not a fluke. So I think they're going to prepare properly. And the other thing is, they too have a fan base in the UK, especially the female side of the industry. So watch out for them.
Next, Firelinks. A lot of people were a bit disappointed by Lynx's most recent Clash performance at Resets. They felt he didn't take the Clash seriously and only turned up for the payday. What's your opinion of his Reset performance, and is there any chance he's not taking the UK Cup Clash seriously?
To be honest, it was disappointing. But it was an hard one for me with Firelink. Over the years in UK Cup Clash, people would always say, why don't you put Firelink in the Clash? Firelink, again, as a juggling selector, has a good fan base in the UK. He's never clashed in the UK. And what I didn't want to do, it's like, I'll use an example. You have 2 football teams, and one of them is in the Premier League and one of them is in a lower league. They play away, and the performance is shambolic. That doesn't mean we end their career just like that. So I feel that, a different arena, different country can accept you differently. I see sounds come from the US and do extremely badly. Like I said before, when King Addies, the great King Addies, graced the stage in UK Cup Clash for the first time in the Stratford Rex. And the disappointment, one would say, how comes you're bringing back King Addies? But they've raised the bar. I think people want to see Firelink clash in the UK. Let's try and put his last 2 performance behind him. He knows, he's seen all the reports, he's heard all the talk. He knows that if he's going to survive in the clash industry, he's got to roll his sleeve up and he has to take it serious. This may be his last chance. He knows that. So, again, he has a fan base in the UK. People in the UK has wanted to see him clash over the years. This is his chance. It may be his last chance. Let's see what happens.
On to the UK-based sounds. Firstly, Wolverhampton's Jahman Nuclear. After their recent victory over Little Sample in December and their victory at Winner Takes All last year, do you see Jahman as the hottest clashing sound in the UK at the moment?
They're doing their thing at the moment. Those guys have been trying for years. They've been around and they've been doing their thing for many years. The Winner Takes All that they won last year wasn't their first time. They've been in it a few times. And, eventually they were successful last year. They are a sound that is, their name has got out there more than it has in past years. So again, this is their opportunity to raise their bar. This is the first major clash, international clash, that they're entering. So, I'm not going to beat around the bush. There is the likes of Love Injection, there's Immortal, there's Sounds in London, there's King Tubby's, that's active. But they turned up at Winner Takes All 2013. They walked away with the money, they walked away with the trophy, and it's put them on the road to the return of UK Cup Clash. So, it's their time at the moment. give them their dues.
Also representing the UK, we have Huddersfield's Little Sample. Did you always intend to include two UK-based sounds in the clash, or was there something about Little Sample that made you add them to the lineup?
I would say both. I think the UK, since UK Cup Clash took the 6-year break, a gap has developed in the UK with clashes. 2013 was a busy year for clashes in the US, for instance. And I felt that, again, with the timing, that, we don't want to go through another decade of not having major clashes. So I felt that it's important that I include two UK sounds. I want to, remind people that way back in the days, the UK was the major country for clashes. We want to bring that back. And the sounds in the UK has to step up to bring those glory days back. So, giving two UK sounds the opportunity to be on UK Cup Clash, right? Come on, guys, you're going to have to get the UK back on the world map. Rodigan is out there. He does, as you know, he won the 2012. But he can't do it by himself. As you know, Rodigan's getting older. The younger guys have to step up. So this is the opportunity for Little Sample, who I feel has worked extremely hard over the last year and a half, keeping clash events. They did the clash with Willpower. They also did a one-on-one with Love Injection. They entered the Winner Takes All. They was in the final of Bring Your Tune and Defend Your Sound in London. And again, they did the December clash, the one-on-one with Jahman. So I think, on worth ethic, they deserve a chance as another UK sound.
Then, last but not least, from Salento, Italy, we have Heavy Hammer, a sound who has clashed all around the world, but who did not clash at all in 2013. Can you tell me what it was about the Italian sound which captured your attention and made you feel they were needed in this clash?
Well, for Heavy Hammer, I have been studying Heavy Hammer for a while. And they won the Rhythm Clash a few years back. They did the Death Before Dishonor in Jamaica, Montego Bay. And they also did a couple of clashes in America. And all those clashes, they did extremely well. So the world knows about them. America knows about them. Jamaica knows about them. Europe knows about them. And I think these guys can turn up on the 19th of April and surprise a lot of people. They're fully loaded. They're a good sound, and they're very dedicated to what they do. I thought about them. I thought about Supersonic, but like I said, everybody can't be on it 1 year. I can look at the likes of Supersonic and other European sounds 2015 onwards.
Yes, as I'm sure you're aware, a lot of people feel, based on recent achievements, that Supersonic deserve that spot, not Heavy Hammer. So what was it about Heavy Hammer which made you choose them instead of the German sounds?
Well, like I said, they've been on one of the World Clash series, the one in Montego Bay, and I'm not saying Supersonic isn't experienced; they're very experienced, but I just feel this moment in time, it was just a choice that I felt, sometimes you have to do things that people don't always expect. Like I said, they've clashed with the likes of Bass Odyssey in America, amongst others, and they did extremely well at Death Before Dishonor. So I just felt, they've had their achievements, just like Supersonic. So I just felt that this year, I would look at putting them on UK Club Clash and look at another year for Supersonic.
Some people feel that the reason Supersonic wasn't included was because of their somewhat rocky relationship with Chin and Mighty Crown. Can you clarify that this was not an issue when selecting the sounds for this clash?
Well, Mighty Crown's not on the clash. That's the first thing, so that would have nothing to do with it. And like I said, Irish and Chin has absolutely nothing to do with my clash. I have to make this clear. If people are not happy with the selection, or if whatever people want to think, this is not an Irish and Chin event. I'm sure by now people are familiar with the name Irish and Chin. That has never, ever appeared on any booklet of UK Club Clash from 2002 to 2008. Never. This is a Reggae Girls and authentic real music event, right? We are spending our pennies here. So at the end of the day, right, Chin and Irish has nothing to do with our selection. I don't get involved in politics with whatever politics a sound may want to have with Irish and Chin, right? I get on with what I have to do. This has nothing at all to do with them. I have no problem booking Supersonic. So long as when I pick the phone up in the future and ring them and say I'm inviting you to one of my events, and the answer is yes, then there's not a problem.
As I'm sure you know, War in the East is taking place in Berlin on the same night as the UK Club Clash. Were you aware of this when you chose the 19th of April as the date for the event?
Not at all. Not at all. As a clash promoter, I would not want to have my event on the same night. It's two different countries, right? But I wasn't aware that they was going to have their event on the same night. Now, the thing is, we don't have leaflets over there. They don't have leaflets over here. We can ask them the same question. Did they know we was going to have it on the same night? Now, at the end of the day, I normally attract a couple hundreds of people coming in from Europe, different parts of Europe. As far as we've had people as far as Russia that has come to UK Club Clash. I wouldn't want to lose those patrons. So if I knew that there was another big event going on over in Germany on the same night, I wouldn't want to keep mine on the same night. The other issue is availability with venues. In the UK, it's not the easiest thing to get the right venue to do clashes. So we have to take what is available. We've always done UK Club Clash around Easter. I wouldn't say on Easter Saturday, but we would look at doing it maybe the week after. And I can say the same thing for War in the East. They would normally do it the week before. So, it's unfortunate that has happened, but I'm sure both events will be well attended.
And presumably, once you found out that they were both on the same day, it was too late to move the date?
Well, again, like I said, availability for our venue would take us into a different month. And again, I had to look at the availability of the sounds that I'd already booked for Easter Saturday. Would they be available on another night that the venue would be available? And I would have had a problem there. So it's a combination of things why we wouldn't be able to have changed it at the time. But, you know, absolutely not. There is no way I would want to have my event on the same night as another Clash event.
Just before we finish, let everyone know what to expect from the long-awaited return of the UK Cup Clash, and tell them where they can get their tickets and more information.
Well, as the Clash fans, first of all, I'd like to thank all the Clash fans that supported UK Cup Clash from back in 2002 right up to 2008. I'd like to thank all the sounds that's taken part. We've had all the elites over the years, you know, and without them, without the Clash fans and the sounds, there would be no UK Cup Clash. So I've got to, first of all, big up, you know, Mighty Crown, Tony Matron, Sentinel, Black Cat, David Rodigan, Trooper. I have to big up Addis in the Pass, the UK Sounds, King Tubby's, Love Injection, 4x4, Immortal. There's so much to mention. Young Orc, Poison Dart from Tampa. You know, One Love, I have to big them all up. Anybody I've missed off? I'm sorry, but big them all up. And for tickets, nationwide, all your local shops in across the UK, you can get further information from the hotline, which is 07779 410 410. You can also get information from ukcupclash.co.uk. And as you know, Facebook, V-Rocket Facebook and other Facebooks, you know, it's all on the social network. And also on irishinchin.com.
V, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Gibbo.